This is stuff that we shouldn't be doing, but you know what? You're curious, I'm curious, so let's do it. I don't even think my husband would allow it anyways. Well, this thing looks like, ever since Eufy came out with the flexible white ink, there has been a ton of questions on whether or not the EufyMake UV printer can print on fabric, how it will hold up on the outside, how it will perform in the wash. So today, I'm gonna do something that Eufy actually told me I wasn't allowed to do, but I am a known rule breaker and I'm gonna do it anyways. We are gonna print on some sublimation garden flags because it is time to change my garden flag outside into a winter themed garden flag, and I have two because I'm gonna put one outside and let it bake in the sun, and I'm gonna put the other one in the washer machine. And we're gonna see whether or not these stand up. Now I have to tell you, these sublimation garden flags are a little bit too big for the EufyMake UV printer. I have the, before I show you my bed, it's dirty, okay? I get it. I should replace the sticky pad, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna use it dirty because that's just what I do. But this is the large format bed size for the EufyMake UV printer. And unfortunately, these garden flags are just a little bit too big for the actual mat. So I'm not going to be doing a full print across the entire flag. I'm just going to focus in on the center of both of my flags and we'll see what happens. I am thinking that I'm going to have to do a double-sided flag because my flag outside currently is also double-sided. So that's gonna be something new and interesting that we're gonna have to figure out when we get to that. All right, so let's figure out if the EufyMake UV printer can print on fabric. Forgot to mention, I already have the flexible white ink in the machine because I was just printing on canvas. I made this gorgeous canvas print and I needed the flexible white ink for that. And since it's already in there, I figured we might as well just print on some fabric. So we are going to print on the fabric. If you have the EufyMake UV printer and you want to print on fabric, you have to have flexible white ink. For that, the normal white ink will crack and it will just flake right off. So it's already installed. Let's head over to the computer and do a little bit of setup work. It doesn't take long to do any of that. And then we will get to the actual test. Let's go. Well, I know I did say that we were gonna start in the software, but actually I changed my mind because the thing that takes the longest to set up with, ouch, oh, I hit my elbow. The thing that takes the longest to set up for the EufyMake UV printer is doing the Snapshot. I think I might pass out. That hitting my elbow on that thing, oh my gosh, it was the worst. Okay, so we pulled the EufyMake UV printer out of the wall. The reason for that is the bed size needs to be able to like push all the way through into the other side, okay? All right, so we're just gonna open up the hatch of both of them. This is in the unlock position. We are going to take the large flatbed and you're gonna put this thing into this rectangle. Ugh. All right, when you have that done, all you need to do is come over here and just lock this into place, okay? I am going to pull this forward. Now, I already went ahead and took my heat press to the garden flag and ironed it out. So it is, I mean, I did kind of get it a little wrinkly right here, but there was like a main crease in here from shipping. So I just went ahead and flattened them out as flat as possible. Remember, Eufy told me that this is stuff that we shouldn't be doing, but you know what? You're curious, I'm curious, so let's do it. For the canvas that I was printing and it was floppy. So all I did is put some poster putty down just to like hold it down into place, and just gonna nicely flatten this out. Take off the poster putty because it doesn't need to be there. You know, and actually here, I don't know. We're gonna put this in the middle. I'm trying to make this as straight as possible. This is definitely not easy because the fabric is kind of wavy. I feel like this is about as straight as it's going to get. Good enough. I may be able to get a full print from down here to all the way up here, but then I would be left with is this band that's right here that would be unprinted. Do you think that that would look weird? I think it might look weird. Anyway, this is what the print's going to look like, or I guess what the flag is going to look like. It is like not straight. It's kind of wavy on the side. we're just going to leave it. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna be starting over on Creative Fabrica because I don't wanna do any design work. I just want to get it done and get it over with. Because the real experiment is whether or not this is going to print good and then also wash well and look good outside after a while. So I am just looking for something that's Christmassy because it is winter time and we're pushing Christmas. Oh, you know what? Oof, I forgot. We have to go, thank you to the Eufy for reminding me that I needed to do a snapshot. So once it gets done doing its auto cleaning, I'm just gonna open up a new window in the EufyMake Studio software. And when it's done doing its cleaning, it's 78%. One thing I love about the EufyMake is that it is auto cleaning and does all that by itself. I don't have to do that. I don't necessarily like cleaning my machines, so I like that they do it for me. Oh, look, and they have these, they have some Christmas designs. I'm not going into Creative Fabrica. I'm just going to do one of these prints. All right, let's just take a snapshot. So the snapshot is taking a live preview of what's inside your EufyMake UV printer. If you've seen any of my videos, I have posted a ton of them about this printer. You will know how to set up the actual EufyMake UV printer. I want to print this one so bad. My son would be mortified if he came home and saw that, but I do want to print that one. I'm going to pass. You know, the hardest part about finding something is that you get choice overload. So you're like, what should I pick to print? All right, what feels like 72 million years later. The large flatbed does take a significant amount of time to get the entire snapshot thing done. It's a long process, but it does eventually get there. Now, while they do, I'm kind of struggling because I don't really love, like, while they do have some really cute designs, I'm not really in love, but let's just choose one because I don't even know if it's going to work anyways. So let's just choose one. I'm just going to click on that and put it in here. You know, I am not someone who, no, I'm not. I'm not someone that makes things that I don't really love. So going back over into Creative Fabrica, let's find something that I do love, that I would be okay with. If this ends up turning out that I would be okay that this was out in my front porch. This one, I like this one right here. So I know you're probably like, what? This is not, you were thinking maybe I was gonna do this. No, I'm gonna do that one, okay? So I just downloaded it. We're gonna go back into the EufyMake Studio software. I'm gonna find that PNG file and it is right here and I'm gonna drag and drop it into the EufyMake Studio software. I'm going to delete this. I don't know why it popped back up, but I'm gonna delete that and I'm gonna put this one here. Now, I'm not entirely sure where the direct middle is. I can see the end is here. I'm just going to eyeball this because why not? What do you think? I feel like that looks decent. Maybe we can try putting in a square. Let's see. This right here, I'm only going to do the square just to line this up. This is kind of like a little hack that I like to do in Canva, and I'm just going to utilize it here. So from the top to the bottom, we got that much. And then from here, okay, so I want to focus from here to here. So this probably needs to drop down a little bit because this, we want to meet that. Is that what you're supposed to do? That sounds good. Look, I feel like this is okay. Well, we don't even know if it's going to work, right? All right, so we need to select our material. So I'm gonna come over here into material, and this is a polyester fabric, not so much a canvas, but I'm going to do polyester canvas because it's pretty close to polyester fabric, polyester canvas, both say polyester, so this should work, right? I don't know. Flat, it's going to be white and then CMYK. I feel like that's okay. We could do gloss if you wanted to. but I'm just gonna do white then CMYK. Let's just press print. Is this going to work? I don't know. But we're here for experimentations. And the great part of me doing all the experimentations is that you don't have to. So you can save on your material and your ink and your time and all that stuff, okay? So this thing is going to take a total of 24 minutes and 15 seconds to print. And it's going to use 0.09 milliliters, which it's like, I think it's 47 cents per milliliter. We're using not even a tenth of that. So like the cost of ink to test this isn't going to take that much. It's just the time and then you're blank. Now they have this cool feature where you don't even have to press the happy button at the top of the machine. You just press the start button here and then the machine starts doing the printing. And we shall see if this actually works. I do think that I am going to have, if this does work, because we don't know. If this does work, I am going to print on the back side because my flag, like I said, is double-sided. And I feel like it may look weird if there's nothing on the other side, if this does turn out. We're not even sure if it will. That being said, I am going to do it a third time. So if it works the first time, I got to do a second time on the other side. And then for washing purposes, to put it in my, I don't know if I want to. I know I said that I was going to put the flag in my washer machine, but I honestly really don't want to, because what happens if all of it falls out and then it gets into my washing machine? I have a Speed Queen. Those things were not cheap to purchase. I want to keep them looking good. Maybe what I'll do is I'll print on this and wash it my sink and like do this and like kind of mimic a washing machine so I don't have to ruin my washing machine. Anyways, if it works, we print on the front, then we print on the back, and then we'll print on this, and I'll figure out what I'm going to do. I have determined though that I'm not doing my washing machine. I don't even think my husband would allow it anyways. That's probably facts. Well, this thing looks like garbage. We got some issues. I mean, the pink is pinking, but I must have some sort of clog issue because we didn't get any type of green. So I am going to take this off of my bed and I am going to do a test print. So I am going to put in my small mini flatbed. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a piece of just plain printer paper onto the bed right here. Okay, then in the EufyMake Studio software, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to my print test sheet. This file is specifically created for the EufyMake Studio software, and this kind of determines whether or not we need to do any type of cleanings or anything like that. So I'm going to do a quick little test print to see what in the world is going on. This could have been a clog in one of the inks. That's a simple fix. We're just going to do a deep clean. Or it could just be that it can't print on fabric. This was a terrible end result. Oh, this is bad. I mean, the pink is pinking. I think the pink looks great, but yeah, I would not suggest putting that outside. I'm gonna have to bring out my sublimation printer, I think. I don't want to knock this just yet. You know, we could improve on this. It could get better, you know? All right, so I'm just gonna put this here and do the white CMYK. I'm gonna leave it an unknown material and just press print. All right, this is gonna take 10 minutes and we're just gonna press start on the computer. So we're gonna wait 10 minutes for that to get done doing its test prints, and then we'll figure out and determine what in the world just happened. All right, so my print is done printing and I can already tell that the ink is fine. There's no issues. You can see that the blue printed fine, all the colors printed fine. The reason, I suppose the reason why this happened, I have seen this before, is the fact that this is not 100% flat. So what ended up happening is that when the Snapshot was doing its thing, that there was some sort of ripple in the fabric that caused the machine to think the fabric was thicker than what it was. So I'm going to try printing on the back side of this because there's no sense in wasting another material. So I'm going to try printing on the back of this and making sure that it's really flat this time. So what we're going to do is I am going to take this out. We don't need that. And we are going to put this in. And there is some texture still here from my last canvas print. So I'm just going to take a plastic razor blade and I'm going to just try and knock off some of this texture because maybe that was getting picked up. No, we're not. I'm not going to continue fighting that. We're going to change the mat out. I need to get better at just protecting my mats so they don't get so dirty and crusty so quick. All right. So I'm going to take this off. And we're going to put this on our base. All right, and since we just changed the mat, what we want to do is calibrate. So I'm going to press finish here, and I'm going to come over here into calibration, and I'm going to do camera calibration. Okay, now it's going to start doing its calibration. It shouldn't take that long for that. Now that the camera calibration is done, we can press OK on our screen, and then we can take away this right here. So we're going to remove that. This is what a fresh mat looks like. Very rare that I'm actually using a fresh mat. So I'm going to print on the very back of this messed up print, and we'll see if we actually get some sort of improvements. I am going to hang this down, and let's make sure that this is nice and smooth. There is no wrinkles or anything like that. So we're going to try this again. We're just going to go back into the canvas that we've been working on, and we'll just press Snapshot. It's going to take another 20 minutes for this to get done, but that's okay. And to be honest with you, I'm not even going to worry about whether or not this is going to be centered straight or anything like that at this point, because the back is already messed up and it ain't going on my front door. All right, we have another Snapshot. I'm just going to place this wherever because we don't really care about the placement at this point. We just want to see if it actually works. Okay, let's just press print. All the settings that I used for the first one should still work for this one because we didn't change the material. I don't know. Unsure. I do think that we may have a little bit of an issue. Ooh, you know what? This is actually really interesting. So I do remember that when I had a printed object height, I believe this was at like 7 millimeters. And now it's at 1.5 millimeters. I'm pretty sure this said 7. And so that would make sense of why everything looked like it was like washed out and stuff like that. Same amount of ink and time. And the only thing that I'm concerned with is that lip that's right here in the fabric, and like how this, do you see how this is like kind of up, like it comes up a little bit because there's the two corners meet together. I think that we might have an issue still because there is some, you know, lips in the fabric. Like this is obviously thinner than this. Does that make a huge difference? I don't know, but let's press the start button and then we will be back in 20 minutes to see whether or not this turned out. Place some bets. Anyone wants to place a bet? Well, unfortunately, we did not get a good print. It's not terrible. It definitely looks a lot better than it did the first time, but there is still some hazing on it. And I think, again, that's because it's reading this. Like, just that vast amount of difference in the thickness of material, just this little bit, is what is causing that haze look. You see that? Like where it looks a little hazy. So just that small difference in material, this thickness, I mean, we're talking, let's put this on there. So this corner is 1.5 millimeters versus this right here is 0.8 millimeters. So just, and actually is less than that. And it truly is going to be less than that as well, because the calipers are calipering and measuring this fold line, and it's honestly going to be thinner than that. So just that small amount of head difference is the reason why we are getting not good prints. So I would say that this printer, while it can print on fabric, because I mean, it looks like we can print on it. I haven't done a wash test. There's really no point in doing a wash test because it didn't turn out. But can this printer print on fabric? Yes, it absolutely can. But would I do it again? Absolutely not. So unfortunately, we don't get a good finished result of our craft today, but at least I have wasted my own blank and my own time and my own ink, and you haven't, because this would suck for you. Well, off to go and use my sublimation printer to create a really cute garden flag, because at the end of the day, I still need a winter garden flag for my front yard. So I will see you later.